Family, The Favorite, which came out in June. And even though it's about sports gambling, it's about the 4 years I worked for bookmakers and gamblers in Las Vegas and New York and Curacao. There's my backstory, which involved doing some stuff in Tallahassee. So I'm going to read an excerpt. Basically, the story starts. I'm living in Tallahassee, and I just got fired from. I worked at a residential home, and I let some teenage girls run away because I felt sorry for them, and I need a job. After I got fired from the residential home, I had to find another job. I was living in Tallahassee, and it was summertime. My rental had no air conditioner, but it did have a large front porch that looked out onto a red dirt road, so that's where I spent the mornings of my work-life hiatus, dropping ice cubes into my coffee, listening to the cicadas hum their courtship songs, and browsing the Democrat classifieds. The ad that caught my attention was the size of a postage stamp. Nude dancers desired, real money, real fast. It was strange to read such an ad in the newspaper of a city that prohibited strip clubs. Nude or even semi-nude entertainment was definitely outlawed in Tallahassee, something my male friends often griped about. I adorned the ad with a doodle. The coffee kicked in, and I couldn't resist checking myself out in the bathroom's full-length mirror and assessing my chances as a dancer. I had no idea what the sex part of the job would entail, but the promise of real money made my blood sing. I had the feeling I'd be free. Nude dancing brought to mind a glorious universe free of timesheets, dress codes, schedules, or rules. I'd be in charge of me. I took a pair of heels from my roommate's closet and situated myself into positions that accentuated my curves. Night Moves was listed in the phone book under live entertainment, and the 7, counting me, girls who worked there went by the title in-home stripper. For $1.50 an hour, we performed at a client's home, office, or occasional parked car. Our services included a striptease, a body rub, and what would soon become my personal favorite, adult conversation, a phrase characterized less by the sharing of hushed, dirty desires and more by intimate stories of erectile dysfunction, the humility that accompanies balding, and general discussions on how to protect finances during a divorce. At 22, I found these topics incredibly adult. At the interview, Madame S. had been happy to see someone with a sweet smile, and for that reason, she gave me the job in the stage name Angel. Nobody understands night moves until they do night moves, said Madame S. on the afternoon of my first shift. Her boyfriend sat on the floor between her legs, rolling a blunt. She chain-smoked and braided his hair. I lay across from them on the living room couch. My nerves jumped with the beat of a Public Enemy song pulsing from the stereo. In the sparsely furnished complex that doubled as Night Moves headquarters, my new co-workers watched Days of Our Lives while waiting for calls. They passed joints in celebrity magazines, their covers limned with coke. They spoke of the best dealers in the area and the most affordable daycare, and answered the ever-ringing telephone with a sweet, breathy, Night Moves Entertainment, where the night never ends. Can we go over the negotiation process again? I said. Charge the customer for everything, even hugs. Madame S. yanked her boyfriend's head back for a better angle. How much for hugs? She shrugged. 25? But do I say right then that'll be $25? Fuck yeah, get the money up front, always. The customers, she said, would be just as nervous as me. They didn't know who the hell the strange woman was stepping inside their home. How did they know I wouldn't hold them at gunpoint and steal all their shit? We, the women of Night Moves, knew more about the customers than they would ever know about us. We knew their names and addresses, we saw pictures of their wives and kids, we knew the layout of their homes. We could blackmail them if we wanted to. Some girls had. Madame S. blew her bangs from out of her eyes and shared her last piece of advice. In the middle of a call, if the customer needs to order a pizza, he's an undercover cop. They all use the same excuse to update their buddies in the motel room next door. The telephone rang. She jotted the customer's address onto an index card and handed it to me. Go get him, Angel. In time, I understood that this was a line of business based solely on trust. There was no playbook or legal system to fall back on. Instincts had to be listened to and trusted. Without them, we, the women of Night Moves, were nothing but birds with clipped wings stranded on a lofty perch. The job required me to be confident, direct, cunning, and comfortable with uncertainty. I can't imagine any better preparation for a career in gambling. Once I gained the skill most crucial to my new line of work, assertiveness, I enjoyed the job tremendously. I too developed a sultry phone voice and hung on every possible plot point on days. I had business cards printed, the pink intents, the lettering engraved, and handed them out to ex-professors, bartenders, and lawyers and lobbyists I had worked with during my internship at the Department of Children and Families. In miniskirt and crocheted halter top, I put plenty of miles on my Ford F-150, driving to customers' homes in the suburbs, cities, and farming towns along the Florida Panhandle. Having already forgotten the financial constraints that bogged me down just weeks before, I'd toss off my flip-flops, slip on my stilettos, and give Otis, my bodyguard puppy in the passenger seat, a kiss on the snout. Strutting up the driveway to my client's door, I double-checked the contents of my tote bag. R&B CDs, fishnets, leopard print bikini, baby wipes, mace, portable credit card swiper, check. $1.50 an hour began the moment my finger felt the heat from the doorbell. And this was the best part, waiting for the door to open. It's where the adrenaline kicked in. It mattered little whether it was an attractive pilot with a cool, confident swagger or greasy-haired security guard with dirty fingernails. What I loved was being in the strangers' homes and listening to their secrets. Inside the maze of suburban split levels, hunting cabins, summer homes, and double wides, intricate, vulnerable human urges were revealed. There was no ordinary structure. Every encounter was unique. Life was in the here and now, and I loved the feeling of being wildly alive to it all. One second. Never turning down a call, I took every opportunity to dress up and play act. Some customers took me to shoot pool, some asked me to watch them masturbate, many asked me to remove my shoes so I wouldn't wake the kids. Thank you.